Hi everyone, welcome to Red Fox Sewing and Crafting, and welcome to my craft room. I'm Joanna. So today I have 3 really easy crafts for you today, and all 3 of them are made by using one center tab folio. And I will show you how to make them. So let's get going. To get started, we will need our paper trimmer. Excuse me. We will start with this one. This, once I open it, there we go, is a little gift card holder, and then you can put like a card or something in here. So we will need our folio. And my bad. Set your trimmer off to the side. We need to start with our scoreboard. It's been a while since I made these. So we will start by opening this up, and you want to score on this side. So I'm going to lay my folded edge right against the edge of my scoreboard here, and we are going to score at 6 1/8 inch all the way down, just like that. I'm just going to fold it down. And then we will need to grab our paper trimmer. So from on this side, we will need to cut 6 inches from the fold line. So I'm going to put this in my paper trimmer like this, and I'm going to line it up at my 6-inch mark and then hold it down so that I can cut this piece off. And then we will cut 1 1/4 inches off of both ends. So then it'll look like this. This is our base right here. So now we want to grab this piece. This is the piece you cut off first, and we want to cut off 2 7/8 from both ends. So I'm just cutting from the flat end here, and I'm just cutting off 2 7/8 from each side, and this will give us our pocket. And then from one of these pieces, you need a 4-inch piece. So just gonna slide this in, go at 4 inches, and then cut. And I won't be showing how to, I won't be using pattern paper on these, but you will need to cover them. So we want to lay our folder out like this, and you want your tab on your left side. Oh, this way. You want it this way. We are going to glue our longer piece down, and this is going to be our larger pocket. So you just want to do the 2 short sides and then the bottom side, the flat bottom side. And I am just kind of centering it on both sides and adding a little bit of spacing at the bottom too. So like this. And then we are going to take our 4-inch piece here, our 1 1/4 by 4-inch piece, and we're going to add glue to the 2 short sides and 1 long side. And we are going to add it on top of our longer pocket, just like that. So now you want to close this up, and you want to grab a pencil if I can find one that would be nice. Pencil. So we're just going to kind of mark a little bit past our tab along the flat edge, kind of like that. So you have your tab here, and then I marked lines along the edge past my tab. And then you want to grab your craft knife, your finger blade, and a ruler. And we are going to just cut through to make a little opening. Just like so. And then we can go ahead and just get rid of our marks. And then just close this just like so. You have a nice little card-sized gift card holder. Our next one is will be this one. This is a little gift bag, and it's got a little piece that just goes on top to close the flaps down. So it goes like that. You can put the person's name on it or whatever you want. And then this is a little flap that keeps your bag closed, and then you can put treats or small little gifts inside this. So we need our paper trimmer again. Okay. So we're going to measure 1.5 inches from the flat part underneath our tab here. So it's gonna, this flat edge below your tab is going to line up with the 1.5 inch mark, and then we're going to cut it. This is going to be your closure. And then we're going to flip this around, and we're going to only cut off these 2 tabs, and that's it. Just cutting these off. Now we need to grab our scoreboard again. And starting with this piece, we are going to score at 3 1/4 and 8 1/2. Like so. And then you can just fold these over like that. And there is your little closure. So on the side with the extra fold lines, we are going to score 2 inches from the fold line. So just like that. So we made this 2-inch mark. We want to fold that. And then we're going to make, you could do it this way. So score it 2 inches, and then we're going to score at 3 inches. Just like that. Then we're going to flip it so that the 10 3/4 is at the top, or 11 3/4 is at the top. And we're going to score at 3 3/8 on both sides. Now, this is a lot longer than my scoreboard, and it's probably going to be a lot longer than your scoreboard, so you're going to have to flip it. So, score at 3 3/8, as far as you can go, and then flip it around like this. And then we could just finish that line just like so. Okay? We're going to flip it around so that the score mark is on our right side. And then we're going to score at 3 3/8. I'm going to flip it and score at 3 3/8, finishing that score mark. Now, we have 4 large rectangles. 2 here and 2 here. We want to, well, let's just make it easy. And we are going to make another score all the way down on both sides at 1 3/8. So we're just going to score, flip it, and then finish that score. We're going to turn this around like this. Going to score as far as we can and flip it around to finish that score mark out. Now you're going to need your scissors because we're going to be doing some cutting. Oh, one more score mark that we need to make. Almost forgot. So we have our original fold line here. We're going to flip it to this side so that our original score mark is up against our scoreboard here. And then we are going to score at 6 inches. Just like that. And now we can grab our scissors. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut from this outer score mark to the center fold line. And you want to cut the score mark out as you cut it. So you cut down on the line. When you get to here, we're going to cut straight. And then we're going to make an angle cut. Just like that. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now we have two tabs right here, but we have this top piece right here. What we're going to do, very simple, we're just going to cut along the 6-inch score mark that we made just to the other score mark, or longer score mark. And we're going to do it on the same side, or on the other side. And I'm just cutting the score mark is with the closure flap. Now we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to cut this side. We're going to cut all the way down to this second score mark, the 2-inch score mark that we made. And then we're going to cut this out like so, all the way to our 3 3/8 inch mark. And then we're going to again make a miter cut like so. Flip it around, and we're going to do it again on this side. One more quick cut before we can fold everything. We're just going to shorten these two side tabs. So just cut a little bit off of both ends, like so. Actually, if you want to, you can cut it to 8 7/8 inches, or well, cut it at 9 inches and then score it at 7 inches and 2 inches, and then you won't have to deal with all the extra stuff. Less scoring to deal with. Okay, now to fold. Just going to fold on all of our score marks that we made. Okay. So, on the side with our 1-inch piece here, we are going to just fold these in, fold our little sides in to the larger piece so that we create a little fold on our two sides because we're making a bag. And then we're going to fold the bottoms like this. And then we're going to turn it around and fold again the opposite way. Just this side part though. So once you're done, you'll have a line down the center that we folded when we folded that. You'll have this line that we scored when we scored everything else. And then these two diagonal lines we folded when we fold the corners like that. Okay? Now we want to fold diagonally on this side. And if you fold a little over the side, it's okay, you won't really notice. This is just to help get this started with folding it closed. So now we're going to fold this one too, just these two sides, just to make it a little easier to line everything up. And I'm going to also fold the corners. Now that we have all our sides folded, it's time to glue. Going to start with the center tab. I'm going to add a little bit of glue. Just like that. And then I'm going to stick it to one of my tabs, just like so. Gonna go to the other side. Add glue to my other little tab here. and stick it to my center side, second side. Now I'm going to take my other two sides, add glue to them, and they are going to glue to the inside. Like so. Might take a little bit of time to get these to stick, but they will stick. Okay, so now we can carefully fold everything. Kind of just want to coax everything to fold here. I'm just starting with my sides here and then kind of pushing the sides in to kind of fold it along, and my side popped off. If you're having issues, maybe try some score tape. That might help a little bit. So we're going to carefully fold this and squish it all down, and eventually it will fold, just like that. And then glue is still not sticking. Then we can just fold this like so. Fold these in. No. Fold this down like this. And then these will get turned in like this. And then you can add, oh, almost forgot. Add a little bit of glue to both ends so that we can stick it together. And then you can close this together and slide this on like so. And you have your little gift bag. Last but not least, we have our envelope box. So let's grab our last folio here. get our scoreboards out. And on this side, with the fold line along your scoreboard, on the edges of your scoreboard, we are going to score at 1 inch. And then flip it around. We're going to score at 4 inches and 5 inches. Then we're going to score on the other side at 3/4 on both ends. So go here. I'm going to flip this. Score, and then we're going to turn it around and score. So now we're going to make one cut with our paper trimmer here. And that is going to be let me get this out of the way really quick. That is going to be 4 inches from the first score line that you made. Which is on this side. You have the 1 inch score mark that you made from the original score mark. You want to cut 4 inches away from this score mark. So, let's see here. This up at 4. And cut. So now we're going to cut along our 3/4 inch score marks to our 1 inch center piece right here. No. No, you don't. Ignore what I just said. Don't do that. You want to cut along the bottom of those tabs and then make an angled cut like this. So it looks like this. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Like that. And then we are going to cut this section out on both sides. And you just want to cut along the score mark. You don't want to miter either of them. Just like that. Flip this around and do the same thing on the other side. So now it looks like this, minus this little thing. Don't look that. So we're going to grab this piece again. This is the piece that we cut off with our paper trimmer. We are just going to cut a 2-inch strip from this. This will be our little belly band. That'll hold our box closed. We're just going to fold and burnish on the 2 score marks that we made from before we cut this off. And then we're going to fold and burnish all of our little sides here. So, grab a pencil and a ruler, and from both sides, from the top score mark that is right next to the center tab here, you want to measure up 1 inch on both sides. So 1 inch and 1 inch. I'm going to grab a large ruler for this part. So we want to measure 3 inches from the center. So I'm going to mark where my center is on here. And then I could just measure 3 inches from this point that I made. And then you want to grab a pair of scissors or whatever you want. I think I'm gonna use my trimmer this time for this. You want to line everything up from your side point to your center point and cut. So your side point to your center point, just like this. Line it up, and then we can cut. And now we have our little envelope flap. And now all we have to do, I'm going to erase these. is glue the thing together. So, gonna take our little tab here, put some glue on it, and then attach it to one of our sides, and then add glue to our other side here, and attach that to the other side. And you will notice that it doesn't cover the full thing. So if you want, you could just cover it with paper. And then we're going to do the second side here. So then, once the glue sticks, it'll look like this. And then we just have our little belly band that we can add on top. I'm going to close this to make sure that I get it to where I want. I think I did like 1/2 inch from the bottom. And we'll stick it on the 2 sides. And then this can close like that and open up. So that is our 3 folio projects all done. I hope you enjoyed making these really fun and quick projects with me today. If you did, click the like button down below. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe. See you next time. Bye.